Eighth chapter Gita is one of the most beautiful chapters because it makes you understand that your goal, your life, your freedom, they are all dependent on your tapping what you want. You want to be involved with matter, material pursuits, you can do it. Focus to that, tapping all resources, you can gain that. But no intelligent man will make that a goal. It is a means. Matter, material pursuits, they are all means. You cannot make that a goal, ultimate goal. It can be an intermediary goal. But that's in you. You want that, you will get it. You want to maintain family values, tradition, you can do that. The first thing only matter is invoking matter or people who go after matter are called bhuta, people who follow the pursuit of bhuta. Bhuta, that which has come into being. People who follow family values, tradition, continuity, that's called Pitruloka. People who want subtle joys of the senses, that's called path of the devas, senses, devas. You will get it. People who want to contemplate and realize the higher in them, they will get it. People who want to discover the Brahman that they will get it. In short, whatever you want, you will get it. It's up to you to choose the right thing. Number one, to get all details. Number two, to get a guide. Number three. Number four, tap it, commit to it. Tap it and commit to it. That is the beauty of the eighth chapter. So he says, even life after this physical body is entirely to be decided by you, because whatever powerful thought you have developed in your life, powerful goal, powerful ambition, powerful thought, that alone will prevail in the last minute, and your next birth will be of that. So you can order your next life. So that is the eighth chapter. And before coming to that, he has given us various pointers to tune to this one reality. All others are expressions. Through the known, various pointers, Kavim, Puranam, Anushasitaram, pointers to meditation he has given. Then he has told us the relative goals and relative pursuits. So there we stopped at trying to understand the relative path. He has told us that even Brahma is bound by time. Brahmaji is also bound by time. Your day is 24 hours, day and night, 12 hours day, 12 hours night. Brahmaji's day is 1,000 Chaturyugas, is one day. And 1,000 Chaturyugas is one night. During day, he creates. During night, he withdraws. So creation is unmanifest to manifest. Dissolution is manifest to unmanifest. So what does this mean to us? There is never any loss. It's only manifest or unmanifest. The wave was unmanifest before it became a wave in the ocean. And when it manifested, you called it a wave. All the time it was only water. Manifest or unmanifest, it is water. So he said, Avyakta Vyaktaya Purushaha. From unmanifest, beings come into manifestation. In the daytime and in the night, he merges back into that unmanifest. But where there is change, there has to be a substratum for the change to take place. If A, point A, has to move to point B, there has to be something on which it can move. No train can move without rails. Even planes can move only because there is space. Even planes. There has to be some medium over which change can take place. So, if from unmanifest to manifest is birth, manifest to unmanifest is death, these two conditions are supported by something which is permanent, which is not subject to birth or death. So that is called the real being. Everything else are subject to becoming. So now, how many things in the present context? There are several dimensions. Present context, manifest, unmanifest. Beyond that, there is another unmanifest. That is God. Manifest is all what we see. Unmanifest are the qualities, vasanas, gunas, etc. Unmanifest. And beyond these two is the one who supports these two. To understand it with reference to our own day-to-day life. When you wake up, you come back from your unmanifest condition to manifestation. When you go to sleep, you go back to unmanifest condition. But both of these belong to me. I am different from them. I am different from the waking entity, from the dreaming entity, from the sleeping entity. Because they change, they are not the same. But I am the same. In my presence, all changes take place. I am the being, they are subject to becoming. Whatever doesn't change in you during waking, dream, and deep sleep, during past, present, and future, through the body, mind, intellect, that is you. You go on listening to this type of talk, go on listening, gather more and more information, more and more logics. What do you gain by that? Just as it is said, you have to see what is in me that doesn't change during waking, dream, and deep sleep. What is in me that is conscious of all the changes, that you have to feel it in you. It doesn't take a long time. It takes a few minutes of total committed meditation. Just observe the one who observes all changes. Your body is changing, your mind is changing, your intellect is changing. Something is not changing. Feel it. How to feel it? How are you hearing? A dead body can hear it. How am I talking? A dead body cannot talk. How am I seeing? Is it so difficult to feel this enlivening factor behind the speech, behind the hearing, behind the seeing? Not difficult. You have to put forth all your faculties. Means what? Normally, your mind is elsewhere, your intellect is elsewhere, your hands are somewhere. That is why you don't get the best results. If the mind and intellect become one and they integrate with the physical actions, that becomes yoga, where the mind and intellect get integrated, together guide the physical actions. That becomes yoga. This is called meditation. This is what was told in the 8th chapter for us. Prayanakale manasa chalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva bhrur madhye pranamaveshya samyak. This is called meditation. There are a few things that prevent us to get the best results. One, people who think this is all a long process, this is all for somebody, not for me. But they don't miss the classes. But they think they are not ready for it. For somebody else, just listen. You won't get it. Right? If you have faith, if you sincerely try, you will get it in no time. After that, also, you will have disturbances because of the past vasanas. After this experience, after this knowledge, also, you will have disturbances because of the past vasanas. But this man, after gaining this knowledge and wisdom, the disturbances will be there, but he is detached from them. He says, my mind is agitated, my mind is angry. The ignorant man doesn't say, my mind is agitated. I am agitated, I am angry. That is the difference. That is the difference. All of us have to practice. I can tell you, I have seen enough of this glamorous world. I have seen enough of the glamorous world. It's all useless, painful, sorrow yielding. painful, sorrow yielding. Play with that, use that, but let your dependence be on God only. Play the drama. Do you know, last 4 days I have been dancing for Bharat and all that? Right? Everybody danced, I also danced. But my mind never went out of God. I never thought that is my world. So keep your mind on God. Rely on Him. Play your role. Play your role. So that is what the essence of all learning. And 8th chapter says, you suffer, you enjoy, you are a mediocre, you get the best, all are your choice. Nobody else is responsible. God is not responsible. What else can God do other than giving Himself to you, waiting for you to turn to Him and say, I want only you? He is there in you all the time, serving you, not angry with you because you ignore Him. Whenever you say, I want you, He is ready to receive you. And the whole world that you are running after is in Him. All the Ananda is in Him. And He is in you. What more can the poor God do? What more can He do? You, out of your choice, running after shadow, leaving the light. That Supreme Being, which is the real you, that Supreme Being is not in you, is not different from you. He is the real you. What is real you? What is false you? The real you is that which does not change. What is false you? I am so and so. I am a man, I am a woman, I am an Indian, I am a Hindu. I am suffering, I am happy, I am honored, I am dishonored. All false you. The real you is that which knows he is honored or not or dishonored, which has pain or no pain. That is the real you. He is called Purusha. Purusha, three Purushas. Chara Purusha, the false you. Akshara Purusha, that which supports this Chara Purusha. There is another thing beyond all that. Chara Purusha, wave. Akshara Purusha, ocean. Purushottama, water. Meditate on these three words. Chara Purusha, wave. Akshara Purusha, ocean. Purushottama, water. Purushassa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. If you are sensitive, you will become emotional in this verse for two reasons. One, what is God doing to you? Two, what these Mahatmas who have written this out of love to you, they have made it so beautiful, enjoyable, useful. Do they expect anything from you? Both ways you become emotional, one for God, one for the Mahatmas. Purushaha, Sa, Paraha. Three Purushas, I said, Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Purushottama. This Para Purusha means Supreme Purusha. Para means Supreme. Purushottama, Bhaktya Labhya tu Ananyaya. It can be gained only through Bhakti. It can be gained only through Bhakti. What? Everybody says jnana, and you are now saying bhakti. I am not saying. Krishna is saying. Veda Vyasa has retold. Okay, but you can't change the philosophy. No, Shankara says in Vivek Chudamani, Moksha sadhana samagryam bhakti reva gariyasi. Amongst the various means of liberation, bhakti is the highest. Why? What caused bondage? What caused bondage? What is bondage? Your dependence on something is bondage. Your freedom from anything is called liberation. Freedom, liberation. What caused bondage? Does my problem cause you bondage? Your problem. What is your problem? Something what you have a value for. So whatever causes you bondage is your dependence on something for which you have given a value. There is no value for anything in this world. What is 1,000 billions for a dead man? What is the problem of share market for a dead man? Right? So all your problems are created by your own value. No, nothing that you have no value can ever give you sorrow. You have made something without which you feel you are incomplete. That is the bondage you created for yourself. Freedom is to understand whatever you are seeking outside, they are all in God who is in you. Whatever you are seeking outside are all in God who is in you. Therefore, don't need anything from the outside world. That's called freedom or moksha. So this Parapurusha is the supreme being, other than the two beings, Charapurusha and Akshara wave and ocean. Parapurusha is water. He can be gained how? By your turning your attention from all things that you have made them bind you by your values. They are binding you by your values. Take away the mind from them. Turn it towards this God. That is called devotion. Devotion is to turn your love from objects to the subject. Turning your attention from the objects to the subject is called devotion. Problem was turning out. Therefore, solution is turning in. This process of turning in is turning your love. That's called path of devotion. Because the problem was love misinvested, wrongly invested. Solution is love rightly invested. Therefore, devotion. But devotion cannot happen without some knowledge. Therefore, original knowledge is information. You get information and then you work on that information, understand, apply, assimilate. So after gaining the information, turn the attention towards the being. That's called devotion. When you have turned all your attention to this being, and known this being is the ultimate that you are seeking, because he is Ananda, he is existence. This is what you have been seeking, and that is you. So, information you got, then you did upasana or devotion. After that, you experience that being, because total mind has been withdrawn and found itself to be that being. And that is knowledge, wisdom. Original knowledge was only information. Original knowledge, information. Use that knowledge, turn your attention, devotion, discover the being, wisdom, get established in that samadhi. Right? Get established in that samadhi. So he says, Purushaha sa parah partha bhaktya labhyaha tu ananyaya yasya antasthane bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. Purushaha, the one inside you, is got only through devotion. And who is, what is in him? The whole world that you are running after is in him. He is in you. Yasya antah bhutani. All beings are in him and he is in you. How? Purushaha. Purusha who dwells in this city, nine-gated city. He is Purusha. And in him the whole world is there. He is in you. So what are you running after outside? Turn your attention inside. Yena, by whom, sarvam, all, idam, the objective word, tatam, pervaded. How do I know water? What else is there? By whom? The ocean, the wave, the bubble, the foam are all pervaded. The ocean, the wave, the bubble, the foam are all in water. Right? So discover him and discover him to be you. Discover him in you, first stage. Second stage, discover him to be you. Third stage, discover him to be the essence of entire world. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahma Eva Na Aparaha. So, the solution to your problems is not gaining anything, is not doing anything, is to gain the wisdom. How do you gain the wisdom? Dropping all your false concepts about you and the body and the mind and the intellect. Therefore, it says, na karmana, not through action, na prajaya, not by your, people on whom you depend, na dhanena, not through wealth, tyagena yekena, dropping this ego, the false notion about you. Amrutattva manashu, you gain immortality. If after my giving you in this way, making it as simple as possible and repeating it several times, slowly you can understand, make you meditate even while I am talking. You do not get it. That means your mind is elsewhere. You please have to turn it towards God. And now he says, the other paths he is explaining, not for you to go through the other paths, to discard them. In Vedanta, several times, several discussions take place, like Panchakosha Viveka, the analysis of the 5 sheets in you, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. And the three bodies, Stula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. All these are told not to specialize on them, to know them and to discard them. That's not me. So also, here the two paths are said. He is going to give the Pitruyana and Devayana, not for you to know them and to go there, to know that they are all finite, I don't want it. To know they are all finite, I do not want it. Plato was going every day. Plato or Socrates, I don't know. One is a student, one is a teacher. So was every day going to Pandi Bazaar, seeing every window. Somebody asked, you are every day coming and seeing for hours. You don't buy anything. No, I am only seeing what all I don't need. I am only seeing what all I don't need. Likewise, here, the two paths are being given to you only to know that you do not need them. Yatra kale tvanavrittim avrittim chaiva yoginah prayatayanti tam kalam vakshami bharatarshava. I shall now tell you, Gita Acharya says, the two paths with, with, through which you return and the other path through which you do not return. Both paths I shall tell you. Agni aha shuklaha shanmasha uttarayanam tatra prayata gachanti brahma vido janaha. So, first path is the path of light. Path of light. Why? Uttara ayanam. Ayanam, path. Uttara, that which elevates you. Uttara ayanam, that which elevates you. And in Puranic language, Uttarayanam, Himalayas, Haridwar, Rishikesh, all north. But that's not the meaning, because Gita is not confined only to India or Indians. It's a universal thing. So Uttarayanam, the northern path, north, when the markets go down, people say markets went southward. Southward means lower, northward means higher. Southward is lower, northward is higher. So Uttarayanam, the path that elevates you, is naturally the path of light. The path of light. Agnihi. What all things that give us light have been mentioned here. Agnihi, fire. Jyotihi, light. Ahaha, day. Shukla, white. Shanmasha Uttarayanam. 6 months, which is called Uttarayanam. Tatra prayata gachanti. People who leave their bodies in that period, Brahma Vidojanaha, they reach Brahma Ji. And this is known for the knowers of Brahman. Here, this path is called Devayana. Deva, illumining. Light. Devayana, path of light, which starts from Swarga onwards. Deva, illumining light. Organs of perception are all illumining. Without them, you won't know. They themselves cannot illumine without a power behind them. The power behind the organs of perceptions is called the Devas. Relative to your physical enjoyments, the power through the organs of perception are greater. Therefore, that's called Devayana or Swarga. Other path, Pitruyana, will come little later. Path of matter. This is path of light, path of spirit, you can say. But even here, you will come back after your merits are exhausted. Pitruyana, you will return. Devayana also, from Swarga, you will return. From Swarga, if you are meditating continuously, likely you will reach Brahmaloka. There again, you will meditate. You may get the ultimate knowledge. So how many paths you see? Pitruya, no, they are mentioned here. Pitruyana, Dakshinayana, and Devayana, Uttarayana. Two are mentioned. But there are others implied. Other than Pitruyana are pure materialists. Bhautikavadis, Charuvakas. That is one path. Then Pitruyana is the second. Then Devayana, go to Swarga and return 3. Then Brahmaloka, total mind and intellect, 4. And from up to this Brahmaloka, meditating there, you can elevate. Therefore, that's called gradual liberation. Raising yourself from one level of consciousness to the other level of consciousness and trying to tune yourself with the totality, go beyond even the totality to the reality. Beyond the totality to reality. That is called Krama Mukti, Brahma Loka to ultimate Jnana. Beyond all of them is instant Jnana, Sadhyo Muktihi. Instant, what do you mean? As I am talking, you can get it. As I am talking, you can get it. That's called Jivan Mukti. Living liberation. Jivan Mukti. Oh, I seem to know, but my sorrows are there, my problems. They are there, but that's not you. They belong to the body, mind, intellect. You have indiscriminately eaten. Body will have its problems, but you can always detach from that. Mind also, you have fed all indiscriminately. It will be agitated. You can detach. So Jivan Mukti is living liberation. Wise people choose it only. The unwise people go after matter or only the rituals or the rituals and meditation. Rituals, Swarga and club. Rituals and meditation, that takes you Brahmaloka. Then meditation, Brahman. Complicated, simple here. You gain the words of the scriptures and the master, Sravana. Try to understand through reflection. Stay there, Nididhyasan. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasan. Simple, direct, effective path. Why leave this and go through other paths? So, and now the path of return. There it says Brahmaloka, but implied are other lokas there. Path of light. Swargaloka, where you can return, where you need not return if you are meditating. Brahmaloka also, you don't continue meditation, you can return, because he said, Brahma Bhavana Loka, up to Brahmaloka. And there you meditate, you can get mukti, that's called Krama Mukti or Videha Mukti. Krama Mukti or Videha Mukti. Jivan Mukti is the thing that wise people should choose. So that is the path of light, Uttarayana. Don't take it physically, because Bhishmacharya waited for Uttarayana to come to leave the body. They are all for stories to be, for us to say what to choose. Path of light. Bhishmacharya is Gnani. He doesn't need all this. Those Uttarayana, Dakshinayana are only for us to learn from them. You mean to say all people who die in Uttarayana, that is from January to August, they all liberated, and people who all die from August to January, they all go to hell? No, you should not take them literally. Uttarayana, path of light that elevates. Dakshinayana, path of darkness that makes you go down the ladder. And symbolically, Uttara, higher level, anywhere in the world. Dakshina is lower level. And in Indian mythology, Uttara, where all these rishis stay, Dakshina is Yamadharmaraja's direction. Right? So Dakshinayana is now telling, Dhumo Ratri Tata Krishnaha Shanmasha Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi Yogi Prapya Nivartate. Dhumaha, smoke, Ratrihi, night, Tata Krishnaha, dark, Shanmasha Dakshinayanam, 6 months of Dakshinayanam, Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi, there the lunar light, yogi, the meditator, Prapya Nivartate, he comes back. He returns back. Yogi, meditator. So what does it mean? He talked, even when the dark path, he calls him a meditator, he will return. Naturally, the other thing also a meditator. So both are meditators only he talked. He didn't talk about the people who don't meditate. That's what I said. They are pure materialists. He didn't talk about them. Pure materialists, people who choose the path of return, people who choose the path of liberation. In the path of liberation also, there are two ways, Krama Mukti and Jivan Mukti. Krama Mukti and Jivan Mukti. And the path of return is choosing Pitruloka or Swargaloka. And there it said Surya, the path of light. Ahaha, day, Surya. Here, Chandra. Why? Surya is independent. Chandra is dependent. Chandra is path of matter. Surya is path of light. Shukla Krishne Gati Hete Jagatah Shashvate Mate Ekaya Tvana Vruttim Anyaya Avartate Punaha. These two paths are there eternally. Through one you return, through the other you do not return. You gain gradual liberation or Jivan Mukti. Naite Sruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kachana Tasmat Sarvashu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Having known these two paths, the meditator is no more deluded. To choose what? He should only choose the path of light as a second alternative. That also. First alternative, avoid the path of matter or darkness. Avoid that. Choose the path of light. Second alternative. Best alternative, go beyond both. Choose knowledge, wisdom, Jivan Mukti. Having known all these, you should choose the path of light, which can be both Krama Mukti and Jivan Mukti, which can be both. Choose that. Never go for the path of matter or Swargaloka, the Devaloka, and all that. They're all useless. Choose Brahman or Brahmaji. Brahman, direct understanding. Brahmaji, through various sadhanas, meditation, etc. Krama Mukti. Choose that where there is no return. Brahmaloka also, you start meditating, Krama Mukti, you don't return. Jivan Mukti, you don't return. Choose that in preference even to Dakshinayana, because you got all the details. He says that. And now, as any science, they have to give all different possibilities. 8th chapter, therefore, have given all different possibilities. There, but in the very process, there are so many technical terms used, technical details used. It's not very comfortable. So Bhagavan felt Arjuna is my friend. I should not trouble him with all these technical details. I had to say that, I said it, but my friend should get shortcut, a pleasant path, not so many details, meditation, concentrating between the eyebrows, withdrawing the mind from all activities. All this too much. My friend, Arjuna is my friend. He should get a simple, direct, pleasant path. Simple, direct, pleasant path. That is 9th chapter. Simple, direct, pleasant path. That's 9th chapter. Right? So, supposing you were coming from an international flight, right? You have to go through customs check and all that. But if the customs collector is your friend, he himself will receive you. You don't go through those checks. You come in his car. Direct path, pleasant path, not going through the various difficulties. So 8th chapter, Bhagavan has given so many details which you have to know. But that path is not for us. Direct, pleasant path. 9th chapter gives that. And anything like that is not known to an ordinary man. So it's called a secret. Do you know the secret of my success? Doesn't mean others should not know. Means unless you tell them, they won't know. That's called secret. Do you know the secret of my popularity? Do you know the secret of my wealth? Doesn't mean others should not know. Others cannot know unless you say. That's why it's called a secret. Right? Anything sacred is a secret also. So therefore it's called Guhya. Guha, cave. Secret. Dark. Guhya, which cannot be known. Which cannot be known. The darkness in the cave, Gurudev says, is created by the very cave itself. So the darkness for spiritual being in you is created by your own mind. It is your own mind that conceals this divine entity that you are. So, how to get out of that mind or how to remove that obstruction? A simple shortcut is given by Krishna. Even before I take the verses and tell, I would like to tell this in the beginning itself so that you follow that thinking process. The darkness is created by your own mind. What is your mind? All attachment to the world outside. What that means what? You turned outward. What is the solution? Withdraw from all of them. Outward is objective world is multiple. Subject is one, objects are many. Subject is always one, objects are many. Withdraw the mind from all outside preoccupations. Make this being, the divine, the God, only your preoccupation. Then you will gain it because whatever the mind is, that the man is. Whatever the mind is, that the man is. If the mind is with the objects, he identifies with them, he becomes that. I'm a rich man, I'm a poor man, I'm a healthy man, I'm a sick man. But if he withdraws from all of them, he will say, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. So, the simple direct path is Krishna is telling, turn your attention from all objective thing to the subject. Take out all your love from wrong investments and invest it in the right place. Thus, through the mind, through the contemplation, through the actions, all of them, let them be focused in love and devotion to the self. You become that. That's the direct path. He's going to do that. Let us see. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha idam tute kukyatamam pravakshyamanasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Idam tute gukyatamam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. Mokshase, released from, ashubhat, from inauspiciousness. How? Gnatva, having known. Greatest inauspiciousness is death. And you will be released from death. How? By knowing. By knowing what I will be released from death. Is there something by knowing anything I can be free from death? Health tips? Or any power? Or God? Or Yamadharmaraja? You know, God means not the ultimate. Devatas. Knowing the Devatas? Health tips? By knowing which I can escape death? Not possible. Then why does he say knowing which you will escape death? Because knowing which you will understand you have no death at all. Death belongs to the body, you are not the body. Death belongs to the body, you are not the body. So by knowing that, you are immediately freed from Ashubhat, inauspicious. Ashubhat, mokshase, liberated. You need money. By knowledge alone, you don't get. You have to work. You have to go beyond death and sorrow. Knowledge is enough. Because death and sorrow belong to the body. mind or intellect. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. You are the one who illumines the body, who illumines the mind, who illumines the intellect. You support the body, you support the mind, you support the intellect. They cannot be without you. You can be without them. Right? So, Ashubha, you are freed from Ashubha by Yajnatva, having known these signs. How? Mere information? No. Jnanam, information. Vijnanam, experience, wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom. If you internalize, actualize what you have heard, that's called wisdom. That's called wisdom. And Gurudev says, knowledge soaked in love is wisdom. So therefore, love is the simple secret. Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshami anasuyave. I shall tell you this topmost secret, guhyam secret, guhyataram, great secret, guhyatamam, the highest secret. Nominative, comparative, superlative. Nominative, comparative, superlative. Most topmost secret, wherefrom you can free yourself from all inauspiciousness. Right? Why I tell you? Anasuya way, you don't doubt my words. You don't cavil my words. You have faith on me. And then only it will work. Since you have faith on me, I will tell you. What is that secret? Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitramidamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Raja Vidya, the royal sciences. Raja Guhyam, the royal secret. Pavitram, that which purifies. Idam, this knowledge. Uttamam, again superlative. Uttara Uttamam, the topmost. Pratyaksha Vagamam, which can be directly experienced. Which can be directly experienced. Dharmyam, according to the purity, dharma, laws. Susukham Kartumabhyam, easy to perform. I've been telling you it's easy. You were laughing at me. Krishna says it's easy. Susukam, sukam, comfortable. Susukam, highly comfortable. Kartum, avyayam, this imperishable path, this imperishable marga, to gain that is very, very easy, directly possible to understand. And that one is the highest secret and highest knowledge, which will take off all your vasanas, the sorrows, impurities from you. Therefore, the purifier. I have committed some murders in my dream. How will I get purified? Wake up. Gain the knowledge that you are not the dreamer. Once you wake up to that dimension, all impurities belong to the ego. Having woken up to that direction, you have become purified. Pavitram idam uttamam. Vidya Raja Vidya. Any Vidya gives you a certain comfort, a certain mastery, a certain power. But all of them are finite. The highest knowledge, when you get of the self, of the being, of yourself, it releases you from all impurities, imperfections, bondages, makes you God. Therefore, that is the knowledge of knowledges. Therefore, it's called Raja Vidya, royal secret. Raja Guhyam, the kingly secret. Because that secret, having got, you gain everything else in the world. Anything great is called royal. Royal size bed. Royal size bed, you understand? Royal cigarettes also. size, big cigarettes. So anything big is called royal, kingly. King size, you say, king size. So this Vidya, this secret is the topmost. What is that? Maya tatamidam. Oh, I think there is one more in between. Agnyasya shraddhadanaha purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vatmani. If this is so simple, you are saying Susukam, directly understandable and releases from all sorrow, Krishna, why don't you give it to all people? It's so beautiful, you say. Susukam, Avyayam imperishable, Pratyakshavagavam directly experienceable, and Mochase Ashubhat releases from all sorrows. Why, Krishna, you don't give this to all at one time? You use all channels and broadcast it to everybody. Krishna says it doesn't work. I can give, but they are not ready. I can give, they are not ready. Their faith in material sensuous pleasures is so great, they are not ready to give me even a try or hearing. I can give, they are not ready. Therefore, he said, Agnyascha asraddhadanaha purushaha dharmasya asya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. They are ignorant of this. That's not a crime. But when I am giving asraddha danaha, they do not have shraddha, faith. Being ignorant alone is not a problem. But somebody is giving something, you don't have the faith. You don't have the faith. Agnascha asraddha danaha dharmasya, of this thing, parantapa, right? Aprapyamam, therefore they do not gain me. How long does it take to gain me? You want pizza. Supposing 5 years back you had to go to the pizza shop and eat. Now you don't have to go. Zomato, Swiggy are there. But even then they will take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You don't have it immediately. You want Bhagavan, how long it takes? Gurudev says, God is this much away from you as water from the waves, as gold from the ornaments, as the dreamer from the waker. They are not different, in fact. The essence of them is Bhagavan. Only to know. So, not knowing me, they are turning outwards, therefore they don't get me, and the mind turned outward is in duality, therefore experiences death. I am not responsible. They are not willing. Agnascha asraddadanaha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapya mam, the eternal, the immutable, blissful, conscious existence, mam, aprapya, not gaining me, nivartante, again and again come to this experience of death by their choice. I can't help it. Because they believe they are the body, so go on dying and being born. What is the secret? You said you will tell me. These next two things are the secret, Bhagavan says, crux of this. But Bhagavan promised earlier it will be easy. These two things are little tricky. But after you gain this truth, the whole chapter is simple, beautiful. These two are the essence because secret, right? So you have to attentively listen. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina masthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshu avasthitaha. I pervade all. Maya tadamidam jagat sarvam. Jagat jayati gacchati jagat. That which is born, that which is dying, all this is pervaded by me. Avyakta murtina, in an unmanifest form. Right? Masthani sarva bhutani, all beings are in me. Nacha aham teshu avastitaha, I am not in them. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. You are seeing a ghost in the post. Can you see a ghost without something to support? Minimum space should be there. Space should be there, even to see a ghost. Therefore, there is something that supports it. But the support you don't see. Therefore, it is unmanifest to you. You see the ghost in the post. When you see the ghost, you don't see the post. You see the wave, you think it is real, you don't see the water. Unmanifest. Because you are not seeing it. And that unmanifest water is pervading the wave, the bubble, the ocean. That unmanifest post pervading the head, the trunk, the legs, and the feet of the ghost. Maya tatavedam sarvam jagat, that which is born and dying, the wave and the bubble, the ghost, I only am pervading. When he says, I am only pervading, is there something else? Nothing else. In the wave and the bubble, nothing other than water. In the ghost, nothing other than the post. In the ghost, nothing other than the post. So he says, I am alone pervading, you are not seeing me. Mastani sarvabhutani, in me everything exists. In water is the ocean. In water is the wave. In water is the bubble. In the post is the head, tail, feet, legs, all of the ghost in the post. The water, is not in the ocean, is not in the wave, is not in the bubble. The post, is not in the ghost. It's little tricky, is it not? How? Water is not in the wave and the ocean and all that. Ghost is not in the post. Post is not in the ghost. How? If post is in the ghost, when you bring light, ghost goes away, post also should go away. If the post is in the ghost, when the ghost goes away, post also should go away. Therefore, post is not in the ghost is in the post. What does it mean? All your sorrows, imperfections, limitations are all in you, the eternal, unmanifest, conscious, eternal, blissful existence. All your joys, sorrows, everything is in that. Unmanifest means cannot be seen by the senses, cannot be taken by mind into. That's called unmanifest. Existence, consciousness, you can only feel to be yourself. You can't see them through the eyes, ears, and all that. So that unmanifest, in that all these are there, and this is not in them, and they come and go, this doesn't go. They are only its expressions. So what does it mean? When you are sad, sorrowful, you have to suggest, sorrow is in me, I am not in them. Sorrow comes, sorrow goes. I am not in them. It is in me. It has come. It was not there all the time. It has come. What comes will go. What comes will go. They are in me. I am not in them. This should be your mantra for all your problems. Gurudev insists on this. This should be your mantra. Gurudev's favorite thing is Nachaham Teshu Avastitaha. And now he says, earlier he said, they are all in me, I am not in them. Now he says, even that for you as a first step to understand. Really speaking, I am not also in them. I will explain. Don't worry. Be patient. Nacha mastani bhutani pashyame yoga maishwaram bhuta nacha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavanaha. Nacha mastani bhutani. In fact, they are also not in me. Can you say the wave, the bubble, the ocean is in water? There is nothing other than water for them to be there. Can you say the ghost is in the post? No. You didn't see the post, so you saw the ghost. You didn't see the water, so you saw the differences. You don't remember, you don't have the knowledge of the waker, so you have the dream world. The ghost is not in the post also. So that is also your imagination, your own mind. The differences are also your own mind. Nacha mastani bhutani. The ghost is not in me, the post. Pashyame yogamaish. But yet, because of me only, you are seeing that. The ghost is not in the post, but without the post, you can't see the ghost. So, Gurudev says beautifully, it's a relationless relationship. There is no relation between the ghost and the post, yet you are seeing it. That's called Maya, that's called Mithya, that's called illusion. It's a relationless relationship. Why it's a relationless relationship? There is some truth, the post. There is something false, the ghost. There can never be a relationship between truth and false. But yet you are experiencing. Therefore, it's a relationless relationship. What is not there but experienced, asad bhana matram, is called mind or maya. Nacha mastani bhutani, pashyame yogamaishwaram. This lordship of me, this combination of me, that's my power. Bhuta brut, I support all expressions. Nacha bhutastaha, I am not caught in these expressions. Mamatma bhut, I am the essence of all these manifestations. What is this relationless relationship? Yatha kashastito nityam वायु सर्वत्र गो महान तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मस्तानीत्युपधारय. As the mighty wind moving everywhere, rests always in space. So therefore, space is not contaminated, connected by the good breeze or bad breeze, by the foul smell or the good smell. Space is not contaminated. But without space, it cannot happen. Wind moves in that. So also, all these pleasant, unpleasant, good, bad, all these things move in me. They rest in me. Just as space is not contaminated by the foul smell or the good smell, I am not contaminated. What happens to the ghost? Because it's only an imagination. They are in me, I am not in them. I am not contaminated. Sarvabhutani kaunteya prakritim yanti mamakam kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau visrujamyaham prakritim samavastabhya visujami punah punaha bhutagramamam krishnam avashet prakriti vasat. All beings are in me. At the end of the kalpa, that is 1000 Chaturyugas, And in the daytime of Brahmaji, they come back, and all of them, I make them dissolve and manifest. How I have the Prakriti under my control. I preside over that. Whereas you are under the control of Prakriti. Again and again, these unmanifest to manifest, manifest to unmanifest, all the time are under the influence of Prakriti, Vasanas, Gunas, three Gunas, Maya. All these are all the time bound by the Gunas, bound by the Prakriti. But I am not bound by them. Nachamam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasinam asakta teshu karmasu. Please listen to this carefully. All beings come, all beings go because of the Prakriti. And I make that happen, keeping Prakriti under my control. But I am not bound by them. What does it mean? Everything happens in you because of your vasanas. Right? Your vasanas bring forth all things that happen to you, take back. But they cannot happen to you without you. But you identify with them, you suffer. If you are like Bhagavan or space, seeing them objectively, detaching, you also, they cannot affect. You should get this clue. They happen in me. They are all happening in Bhagavan, but Bhagavan is not affected. Similarly, they all happen in you. Detach, be an observer. They cannot affect you. They cannot affect you. Nachamam tani karmani nibhadnanti dhananjaya udasena vadasenam asaktasteshu karmasu. Why they don't affect Bhagavan? Udasena, indifferent. Udasena, indifferent. Tamil also we use Udasena. But the implied meaning is much greater. Ut means high. Asina, sitting. Sitting in a high pedestal, you do not bother about something low that's happening. Because you are in a high pedestal, you do not bother about small things. So you keep your identity as God. That is sitting high. And then you will not bother about the problems of the body, mind, intellect. That is called indifference born out of your raising your level of consciousness. And you become detached, asaktaha. How they happen? Maya dhyachena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam etuna nena kaunteya jagat viparivattate. A president in any organization doesn't do anything. But without him, things cannot happen. He should be there, but he is not directly involved. Similarly, the consciousness, the God is in you. Without him, nothing will happen, but he is not directly involved. You can also live like that. You can also live like that. If you do not correspond all these thoughts to your living, they are only information. They don't help you. Avajananti mam moodhaha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. People do not recognize this infinite thing, that which is not affected by what happens around it. It's immutable. That is the essence of all. They do not know. Avajananti mam moodaha. They are deluded. Deluded means mooda, that is enclosing. False knowledge. It will come later. Next verse or something. Moghasha, false hopes. Mogha karmaha, for vain actions. Mogha gnana, false knowledge. Because of that, these people do not know me, the essence. Manushim tanumash, in dwelling in their own bodies. Param bhava majanantaha. They do not know my superior nature, which is their own real being, which is not affected by this body, mind, intellect. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. I am the Lord, the governor. Isha, who governs. Maheshwara, the supreme governor. I am the one, the consciousness, not knowing that. Param bhava majanantaha. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. Who is living in this body, they are deluded and therefore they feel they are suffering. Why? Moghasha, vain hopes. Mogha karmanaha. Vain hopes means hopes on the finite, wanting infinite. That's called failing, vain hopes. Mogha karma, wasteful actions, which doesn't give you immortality, real happiness. Moga jnana, false knowledge. You have knowledge of everything in the world. Do not have the knowledge of the one behind all of them. Vichetasaha, bereft of intelligence. Rakshasim, asurim chaiva, prakritim, mohinim. They depend on Rakshasa. Rakshasa, one who is destructive by his nature. He will do anything for others, to others for his own happiness. He is a Rakshasa. Asura is not that bad, but a materialist. Rakshasa and Asura, materialist. Chaiva, Prakriti, Mohinim, they depend on this deluding nature of mind, the Maya, therefore they miss me. On the contrary, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakriti Mashritaha Bhajantyananya Manasaha Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam Mahatmanaha. Those who Maha, great, Atmanaha, self, means what? Great self. Those people who have uplifted themselves into their higher dimension, where they see the entire world in them. Why? Daivim Prakritiman. They see the real essential being. Daivim Prakritimashritaha. Sattva. The other people, Rajas and Tamas. Daivim Prakritimashritaha. Bhajanti. Naturally, they quote me only. Bhaja, bhaja, serve. They serve me. Bhaja, seek. They seek me. Bhaja, worship. They do upasana to me. For them, body, mind, intellect, all to me, not for vainful things. Bhajantyam ananya manaskah gnatva bhuta adim avyayam. Having known me to be the very origin, to be the very material cause, to be the very supporter of all these manifest beings. And therefore, these Mahatmas, the grateful ones, all the time, to keep their mind in me, they see me everywhere. Therefore, all their actions are like that. And then what happens? Whatever you do, if you are doing for God, whatever you think, you are thinking of God, whatever you emote, you are emoting to God, you become that. Because what you think, what you feel is you. So, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatantascha Drudavrataha Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta Vupasate, to keep the mind, intellect always in God, so that man being the mind, intellect, they become God. What do they do? Always glorifying me, talking about my glory. Yatantascha Drudavrataha, continuously, without an unswerving attention to false things, striving. Namasyantascha Mam. They, Namasya means prostrate, means surrender their ego. Bhaktya, in devotion. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Always steadfast, worship me, court me. Upasate, upasana, asana, sit. Upa, near. worship me, court me. In how do they do? A few more tips. Jnana yagnena chapyanye yajante mam upasate ekatvena prutatvena bahuda visvatobhakam. Through the path of knowledge, through the wisdom sacrifice, means pouring ignorance into the fire of knowledge, and ye yajanto mam upasate, striving they invoke me, worship me, ekatvena as one, God is one, prutatvena as different from them, but still God, bahuda, many ways, vishwatomkham, in various ways, various directions, as one, as distinct as the manifold, they worship me in various ways. Therefore, they are Mahatmas. They don't go about false things. And Bhagavan himself now says how he is all. There's nothing other than him. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadaham aushudham mantroham vajyam aham agniraham hutam aham kratuhu. I am the sacrifice. Aham yajnaha. Kratu is for desires. Yajna is for public total welfare. Swadaham offered for Pitrus. Aushadham, medicine. Mantraha, the chants. Aham eva ajyam. I am the ajya is that which is offered in the fire. Ghee or clarified butter. Agnihi, the receiver fire. Hutam, the offerer. Means what? Everything is me. What was said in the fourth chapter? Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brajnam, Brahmakno, Brahmanatam. All are me. There's nothing other than me. So what? You are to deal with all these things in day-to-day life. When you see all these things, in all of them see me. Then what happens? Your mind sees only me. Then what happens? Your mind dissolves in me. Individuality is gone. God alone is left over. That's what he promised. Simple, direct path. See God in all, love all, serve all. That's the direct, simple path. Tapamyaham varsham nigruhnyam cha. I think I left one more. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata. Sorry, I left two. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitra monkaram ruksama yajurevacha. I am the father of this world. Everything comes from me. Mata, I am the mother, Prakriti and Purusha. Dhata, supporter. Pitamaha, I am the thing beyond the father and mother also, the grandfather, that is beyond Prakriti and Purusha, the Purushottama, Vedyam, that which should be known, Pavitram, the purifier, Omkaram, Ruksama Yajure, all the Vedas, they are all me only. Gatihi, I am the goal, Bharta, the supporter, Prabhu, the Lord, Sakshi, witness, Nivashaha, the shelter, Sharanam, Nivasaha, abode, Sharanam, shelter, both are same. Suhrut, well-wisher, best friend. Prabhavaha, the origin. Pralayaha, the dissolution. Sthanam, the foundation. Nidhanam, the treasure house. Bijam, the avyayam, the imperishable seed. I am the origin, I am the dissolution, I am the very supporter, I am the Lord who governs everything, I am the goal, and I am the imperishable. When he says, I am, what does it mean to you? You are that. Your essential being is that. Do not go and say Krishna is that, Krishna is that, Krishna is. You are Krishna. That you have to recognize. Tapamyaham varsham nigruhnyam usujamicha amrutam chaiva mrityuscha sadasachaham arjuna. I am the controller of not only Your inner faculty is external also. It is I that cause rain to come. It is I that withhold it. Amrutam cha mrityum cha. I cause, I am the factor that governs immortality, mortality. Amrutam mrityuhu chaiva. Sat asat cha aham Arjuna. I am the very manifest, I am the unmanifest. Sat and asat, cause and effect. I am the very cause, I am the very effect. Not knowing this, people go for shortcuts through various rituals. That is said in the next sloka, which we shall take next class. Right? Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. Thank you all. God bless you all.
Hari Om, Uncle. Thank you.
Hari